Good morning, Frank. Super nice meeting you yesterday. I'm super excited for you to get started on this process and kind of really grow with this and get stronger and really meet your goals. And so I'm pumped. So I've also put an email out with you and Kylie to kind of meet and just kind of greet so she can set up a time to call you, or she'll just call you today. I did tell her to do that as well. I'm going to send over, or I already have sent over all of the information so that you guys can get started. So I'm excited about that. But I want you to focus on the next things that I'm going to tell you several times. And what I want you to do is listen to this video, jot it down if you want to kind of keep a little note with it. But I'm going to tell you to do these things, and I want you to do them every day, at least until you start working with her, because then she's going to incorporate them as a warm up. So the first thing is just working on breathing. We've talked about this. I'm going to show you in sitting, but you can practice this in laying down, sitting, wherever you are, okay? So I want you to really focus on breathing and thinking about that full trunk breath. So I know diaphragmatic breathing is a really big thing, but I want you to think about breathing into the belly, into the sides, and also into your back. So the whole trunk expands. So thinking about all the way in and then out, and you can't really see that, but you get the picture. And I want you to practice that at least 2 to 5 minutes every single day. I like to do that at the evening because it helps to kind of de-stress and calm me down. So that would be really helpful for you to start. The second thing is going to be that little bit of core contraction that we talked about. So we talked about doing a little bit of just that X pattern where we're activating the core, this rib cage to this hip bone, this rib cage to this hip bone, and activating the core enough to turn them on like that. Now, I'm going to show you that in sitting because, again, it's easier for you to be able to visualize and see here. So this rib cage to this hip bone, this rib cage to this hip bone. What do you have to do to turn on the core while still breathing? So now that you're activated, I want you to do that before every core exercise that I give you. So if you're here, if you're on your back and you think about drawing this rib cage, so you see how right now my ribs are just flared and hanging out. I want you to think about activating them. So now my ribs or my abs are all turned on. Everything's nice and strong. From here, I want you to focus on one knee and then down. And then opposite. Holding that contraction. And I want you to do at least 8 on each side, so 16 total. So you're gonna do 1, 2, and I want 16 of those every single day. The next thing that I want you to do is you're going to be sitting with your legs straight out in front of you. You're going to have your toes up towards you, your arms by your ears. You're going to be nice and slouched, and you're going to slowly roll. Put one hand here. When you start to feel the bulge coming, you're going to come back up. And you're going to do that again, nice and slouched, feeling for that irritation. Come back up. And focusing on that. And I want you to do 10 of those. And then, same thing that we were doing in the back. So when you are practicing just the X pattern, do 20 of those. So 20 of just activating, then go into lifting the knees one at a time. Then go into the hollow holds and things like that. You can do this in whatever order works for you. Hands and knees, nice slouch. You're gonna do a few of these cat-cows just to get yourself loosened up. You're gonna focus on getting as neutral as you can. I don't have my half roll home with me right now, but if you have that half roll, it's on your back and on your head. So you're keeping that nice and straight, and you're trying to activate the core to make your spine straight, just like that. And then relax, and like that, and then relax, and just working on that as much as you possibly can. Then you're going to lay that half roller down on the floor. You're gonna lay on it, and as you're on it, you're gonna bring your arms out to the side or up above the head to get a nice stretch. And then you're gonna work on that core activation here, and the same concept that we just did, one knee, and come back down. Same thing, 16. So you have 16 without the half roll, 16 with the half roll. Then I want you to challenge yourself. You're gonna bring one and then come back down without rocking your pelvis. So in other words, I don't want that to happen. I want you to have a nice strong core, and you're gonna do 10 of those. And that's where I want you to start. And if you have questions or if anything causes pain or irritation, let me know, and then we will kind of go from here.